Hello everyone. Today I wanted to give 5 signs that you are a light worker. So if you have any or all 5 of these signs, there is a really good chance that you came down to earth to help raise the vibration and lift us into 5D. And that is so exciting. All right, so let's get right into these signs. The first sign that you are a light worker is you are very naturally drawn to esoteric information. So for instance, if you wanted to watch this video, if you felt drawn to watch this video and the title kind of triggered you at a deep level, the word light worker, it's probably because you're a light worker. So if from an early age you were very interested in very esoteric information, so maybe UFOs, ETs, aliens, other beings, ghosts, spirits, spirit guides, angels, beings that you can't see, they're in other dimensions, and they're in different realms, and you're very drawn to the subtle realms, which are the realms that are all around you all the time. That is a huge sign. Also, I find that a lot of light workers are very drawn to sort of magical topics like witchcraft. If you're really into Harry Potter, unicorns, magical beings, and myths, legends and myths that have people that have powers. So, fairies, angels, vampires, or magical creatures. Okay, so there's all the hidden realms, and all of these beings, I believe, exist in other dimensions or on other planets, and it's encoded in our DNA, and we intrinsically know that these beings are real. But the fairy realm is real. It's on Earth, it's in the 4th dimension, and there are fairies. There are really talented clairvoyants and channelers who can actually see fairies when they go into forests and stuff. Same with gnomes. I don't think they like to be called gnomes, and just all kinds of other beings. So I think at a deep level you know that they exist. And also, if you're really drawn to witchcraft and like being a witch or being a warlock, it's because those people are real. Witches and warlocks and people who have powers are real, and they're really just aliens on different planets and in different dimensions. So at a deep level, you know this to be true, and that's why you're so drawn to it. When I was little, I was really into unicorns. I was obsessed with unicorns. I read every unicorn book I can get my hands on. I had unicorn figurines. I used to imagine myself having a unicorn mural in my room and walking through the wall into the unicorn mural forest and finding my unicorn. So it makes me wonder if maybe I had a past life that had a really strong tie to unicorns. I'm not sure, but if you were drawn to any of this type of information and it's at a very deep level, like you are really truly fascinated by it, you want to learn as much as you can about it, it's a really strong sign that you are a light worker. And your soul, or at least a fractal of your soul, probably isn't even from Earth. It's probably from another planet where all of this information is known already, and it's out in the open and known to be true. The next sign that you are a light worker is that you are not as invested in the 3D realm as normal people are. Okay, so as you were growing up, you kind of sort of woke up and realized that this life, this 3D reality, is holographic. It's an illusion. It's not real, and your soul is just playing a game here on Earth. It's like playing a part for its own growth and evolution, and that this is not all there is. This is not the only world. This is not the only dimension, and there is just so much more that we just are not aware of. So as you went through life, you didn't really buy into some of the strongly held beliefs and values that other normal people just took at face value to be true. Okay, so maybe you didn't really buy into the whole go to college, get married, and get a job, and that's what life is. Like, you maybe question that, and you question a lot of things that people would deem as normal and the right thing to do. And you just question your reality. You question, why am I really here? What is my purpose? Is my purpose really to just pay bills, have kids, and die? You ask those type of deeper questions because at a very deep level, on a soul level, you realize there's more to life than what this 3D reality is trying to make you believe. Okay, so you kind of knew at a deep level that when everyone comes here, they forget who they are. They forget that they are a vast, very powerful soul, and you have multiple different lives running simultaneously, and you're probably in several dimensions. You're just not aware of it. But I think at a soul level, you kind of almost intuitively knew that. So you didn't take this 3D reality as seriously as maybe other people would have. So maybe you took more risks when you were younger, or maybe you didn't do what you were supposed to do, what your parents wanted you to do. The point is that you already had sort of swallowed the red pill, and you grew up just a free thinker. Really, you're a free thinker, and you question a lot of things. So it led you to make different choices that other people around you wouldn't necessarily understand. It's because you're following your soul's path. Your soul has a very different path sometimes than your ego does, or that what's considered normal or acceptable in your society. And your soul has a different reason for being here. So you were trying to integrate the wants and needs of your soul with the rules of the 3D reality. And so it might have caused you to make very different life choices. The point is, you're not so bought in to this life as this being the only life that you have, and this being the only reality that there is. Another huge sign is that you're not really afraid of death, or as afraid of death as maybe other people are. And I think that's because at a deep level, you know that there is no death. You simply leave your body and your energy transforms and is turned into another form. Your soul can never die. You are eternal and you exist. That is the first law of creation, is that you exist, and there's no denying that. And you will always exist. So I think at a deep soul intuitive level, you know this. So death doesn't scare you as much as it would other people. I mean, it might still scare you a little bit just because it is the unknown. But it really, personally for me, I am not deathly afraid of death. And deathly afraid of death, what? I mean, it's like, I'm not that afraid to die, because I feel like whenever I do pass, it's kind of planned out and contracted. And as long as I come here and I'm doing my soul's mission and growing and evolving the way that my soul planned to, that if I die, I die. It's kind of out of my hands. And so I don't really ruminate or fear death really at all. And a lot of people do say that when they cross over, it is like heaven. It is, they feel such a strong love, and they feel pure source energy, and they don't want to come back to earth. They don't want to come back in the physical form, in the 3D, because it's so much harder than being on the other side when you cross over. So keep that in mind. I mean, sounds like it's a great time when you die. Another huge sign that you're a light worker is that you had a very deep sense of purpose ever since you could consciously remember. It wasn't like you knew exactly what your purpose was, but you just felt in your heart that you were here to do something important. You were here to complete a mission. Okay, maybe you didn't word it that way, but that's kind of what your intuition or what you felt at a deeper level. Your life was an exploration of trying to discover what this purpose is, so that you feel fulfilled at a deep level. You might have done a lot of career changes, maybe exploration, experimentation, trying new things to figure out what your life's purpose is. And your life's purpose and the meaning of your life is really, really important to you. It's something that you highly value. So whatever your calling is, maybe you went on a journey to figure out what your calling is. You have a strong desire to tie that calling to your life's work, to your career. You have a very strong drive to do that. And it kind of almost feels like you're being pulled throughout life, like your spirit guides and your higher self is guiding you throughout the maze of life to figure out what your life purpose is. And it can take time to completely integrate your soul here on the 3D, ground yourself on Earth or Gaia in this earthly realm. So a lot of your life might have just been that, integrating, bringing most of your soul energy down into your body to ground it enough. And then once you were grounded enough and kind of bought in, enough into this 3D world, then you wanted to start pursuing your soul purpose. One piece of advice I want to give about the whole soul purpose is don't be so rigid about it. Be flexible, be open, be allowing, and just be willing to have an open mind and experiment. And if your intuition is telling you to try something or giving you a message to take inspired action, just take the inspired action. Listen to your higher self. That is the fastest way to figure out what your soul's purpose is. And the last sign that you are a light worker is you don't feel like you fit in. This is a huge sign. You don't feel like you can relate to normal people, and the things that they want to talk about and that they're concerned about and they're really focused on, you don't understand why they are so focused on this or that. You just find it irrelevant, and it's not like it is irrelevant. Everybody has their own path and their own growth journey. Everyone here is a soul, a very powerful soul. You have to be a very powerful soul to incarnate on Earth. It's one of the hardest places to incarnate on. But if you're a light worker, you feel misunderstood, and you might actually go through a lot of your life trying to find people that can understand you and that you can actually relate to. And a lot of the time it's an energetic thing. It's like you either energetically click with someone or you energetically do not click with someone, and you'll find that most of the time you don't click with a lot of people. And it's not because you're better, it's not because they're better, it's just because you have different frequencies. That's all it is. And so finding your tribe might be a lifelong journey. Again, it might be a part of your soul's journey of actually finding other light workers or other star seeds out there that you can actually relate to and click with energetically. I say don't despair if you feel alone and misunderstood and you just feel like you cannot connect on a deep level with anyone. There are people out there that you are meant to connect with, that you have soul contracts with, and you will encounter them. They will show up in your life when the time is right, when your soul is ready. In the meantime, just keep growing, keep evolving your soul, keep doing your inner work, keep being you. Don't change who you are just so that you can have friends. Be true to yourself. Allow yourself to blossom and become who you're truly meant to be, and you will find your true soul family. Okay guys, so those are the 5 signs that you are a light worker. If you guys enjoyed this video and you like these topics, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.